All right, so quick recap. So the first thing we had to do was get our orders. All right, so now we got those. We got those bad boys in hand, and we're ready to set up transportation or household goods so they can come and get our stuff. All right, so what is that? What is setting up your household goods appointment? All right, so what you need to do is take your orders, and it can be done either online at move.mil, move.mil, or you can go to your local transportation office. They're usually at your headquarters building where you're in process your installation. You can go there and talk to one of their representatives. Now, whether you do it online or talk to one of their representatives, what you need to do is take those orders and show them where you're going. That'll set up your move and set up the date for your transportation provider to come to your home location and pack and load your household good items. Now, depending on your weight, right, can depend on how many days they decide to take to load and pack your household goods. So for me, it was 2 days, right? They pack today, they load tomorrow, and then off they go to the next location. Stay tuned for that. Now, so we talked to them, we set up the dates. Now the dates can vary depending on how busy and what season you're in for PCSing. So keep that in mind. What you have to do is, as soon as you get those orders, talk to your transportation provider as soon as possible. You have 3 options for transporting household goods. You can have the Army find a third-party contractor and completely do it themselves, or you can do what they call a personally procured move. For my old guys out there, that was called a Diddy move, right? So now they call it a PPM, a personally procured move. That's you moving all of your household good items yourself, and then the Army reimbursing you up to a certain amount, part of the funds. I'd have to look at all the numbers to actually tell you if they'll give you everything, but I mean, it's Uncle Sam, so don't consider him, trying to give you all your money back. Or number 3, you can do what's called a partial PPM, or partially procured move. Now, what you do with that is you set up your transportation. They'll come in, they'll still pack and load all your stuff, but you can transport some of your stuff. You just need to weigh your vehicle, empty and full or fully loaded on a certified CAT scale. It doesn't have to be on the installation, on a certified CAT scale, and then turn those weigh tickets in to your transportation provider at your gaining installation. So wherever you get to, that's who you turn that stuff into. Now, it doesn't have to be in any certain order. You don't have to weigh empty or full before you leave your installation. When you get there, you can do it at any point in time, as long as when you go to make those claims so you can get paid, you turn in those weight receipts from a certified CAT scale. Remember that. It's got to be a certified CAT scale. Usually you can find those at any truck stop. And last but not least, make sure you stay in contact with whoever your transportation provider is that's going to be packing and loading your household goods. They usually have about the same requirements because the DOD requires them to have certain requirements for them when they're packing your stuff, how they list on the manifest, so on and so forth. Just be careful and pay close attention to how they write things down. Make sure that the quality of your items is written correctly, so that way you have the correct ability to file a claim on the other side should you have to. Now, also pay attention to how they pack your items. Make sure they pack your items according to their company specifications and to yours. If you would like a little more, bubble wrap on your stuff, tell them. They essentially work for you. The government contracted them to move your stuff. So essentially, since they work for you, You tell them how you want your stuff packed. You can also tell them what you do not want packed. I would recommend, though, if you want things that are not packed, then you need to find a room in your house and designate that as off limits. A bathroom, a locked closet, whatever, and tell them when they're there, hey, this room, I don't want you going in there at all. This room is off limits. And normally 9 times out of 10, they'll stay out of there. So that about covers it on household goods. There's probably a few things I'm missing. If I'm missing anything, hey, hit me up with a comment down below. Ask a question, or if my guys out there that have PCS a few times can think of anything, just let me know. I mean, I can't always remember everything, but try to make that as easily digestible as possible. All right. But the next thing we'll talk about is setting up and clearing housing. So stay tuned for that. All right. So as you guys can tell, it's probably been a few days since I recorded the first part of this video. Don't get disgruntled. It's all right. It'll buff. Look, I had to record that because I had a lot of things going on. Had a lot of stuff happening, and I know this may seem a little inconsistent, and I apologize for that. I'm going to work on being more consistent with the videos from here on out moving forward. But I was in the middle of getting clear from housing and PCSing from my previous installation. Now look, clearing housing was a bit of a pain. So with that, let's talk about that. So what happens when you clear housing? Everything got moved, packed up, all your stuff's loaded up, ready to go to your next installation from transportation, or either you're moving in yourself. Now, so what you're gonna do is now you gotta clean. Now some installations you can pay a fee, $200 or so, and they'll come and they will clean your house, and they basically guarantee that you'll clear. That's all well and good. Shit, if your installation offers that, I would go ahead and do it if that was me. Otherwise, then I would go ahead and, I mean, if you know a third-party company or something that you want to hire, then go ahead and do that. But if not, then it looks like you're cleaning yourself. Just like if you was in the barracks or some shit. Think of this as like basic training, and your drill sergeants wanted you to scrub the latrines and the bay and all that stuff and make it look spotless. That's how it basically needs to be. Everything needs to be spotless. Everything needs to be, 100%, like if they was gonna come do a white glove inspection. So anyway, on the day you're supposed to clear housing, right? Your final inspection date, a representative for whatever housing community you got is gonna come out there, and they're going to walk around and do their inspection. They're going to check the backyard. They're going to check the front. They're going to check the garage if you have one. They're going to check, the kitchen, all the appliances, upstairs, downstairs, living room, everywhere. All right, so they check your whole house and they decide if it's clean or not. If it's not clean, they charge you a fee. I don't know exactly how that rate works, but, it is what it is. They charge you a fee. And they charge you per appliance, right? So they charge you like somewhere like $50 per appliance that they say is dirty. And literally they can just say it's dirty. You can argue with them if you want to, but then you're going to have to waste more time getting another person to come out there and continue with that inspection, getting a second opinion, so on and so forth. You can file whatever ICE complaints you want, but guess what? That money's still coming out of your pocket. It don't matter what you're talking about. So, i.e., in my case, right? Somebody came and inspected my house, and they said, hey, stuff is still dirty, so we're going to charge you to clean the whole house. So they charged me $320 to clean my whole house. And that includes appliances and all that. And they said I need to replace the carpet in one of the rooms. That's an additional $300 fee. So $620 that I have to pay in order to clear and final out of that house. Now, here's how this works, though. If you have credit in your BAH, credit, right? What that means is when you pay rent in housing on an installation, it's prorated, meaning there's a certain per day rate that you pay for that particular house. What happens is,
So mine is $38 a day, or was $38 a day. So they take $38 a day plus however many days, however many days you're going to be there. And that's the level of rent you have to pay. Everything else is credit. So if you have any additional fees that you have to pay, those fees come out of that credit. Now, whatever's left over gets paid back to you, goes in your pocket, right? So hopefully you don't really have much, then you ain't got to worry about it. Now, but most of the time people are going to have to pay something. It's real hard to get out of housing scot-free and not have to pay jack. So it is what it is. I mean, I paid the $620 and I get $21 coming back to me from BH. But hey, it is what it is. I'm done. I cleared for Leonardwood and I'm ready to go on to my next installation. Now, if you want to know where that is, keep tuning in. That's coming soon. Like I said, I'll try to be more consistent with the videos. I will try to continue on. I'm on PCS leave right now, hence the old beard growing in, the old leave beard, But since I'm on PCS leave, I'll try to get some footage, what it's like a day on PCS leave, so on and so forth. We'll try to make this series as best we can. And stay tuned if you want to find out the installation I'm going to, because I might be becoming your platoon sergeant. Hell, who knows? I may see you there. But if you like this video, go ahead, hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss any more videos when they get uploaded. I'm trying to upload at least once a week. Go ahead and smash that like button. And leave a comment down below if you have any questions, any clarifying information you would like me to go over. Or if you'd like me to do a live video on some frequently asked questions, whether it be the PCS or military in general. All right. Thanks for tuning in and continue to hold the line.